When I first started in the industry, I was with Disney Channel, and everyone kind of just made me a role model. And I hated that.
Disney star Demi Lovato, now in rehab. 18-year-old was on the international leg of her tour when she made it.
I had so many issues underneath that needed to be taken care of. I battled depression. I developed an eating disorder, anorexia, bulimia. I cut myself. There was never a period of time where I ever felt good enough. I was partying, self-medicating. I felt like I was living a lie. I thought, there's no way that I'm gonna get better.
Do you remember the first time that you cut yourself?
It hurt. I mean, I didn't even understand it when I was doing it. Well, some people at my school had done it, and I thought, this is a way to deal with how you're feeling. Just, other people are doing it, it's fine.
How did you feel from it?
It was a way of expressing my own shame of myself on my own body. And there were some times where my emotions were just so built up. The only way that I could get instant gratification was through an immediate release on myself. I was about 14 when I was on gossip sites and people were leaving really mean comments. They called me fat, calling me this and that, and people believe that that words don't really mean that much, and that, people are just saying this or saying that, and it doesn't mean anything. But words can be really powerful. Put yourself in the victim's shoes, because you would never want someone saying those things to you, and even if they are being said to you.
And Barney the Dinosaur, her fourth studio album, Demi, comes out May 14th. Please welcome Demi Lovato.
Acting has always been a passion of mine. Music has always been my #1 passion, so... I am a tough cookie. I am.
And I know you're a big fan of Demi's new song, right? How do you like the direction that she's going with her new music?
I love it. The one thing I appreciate about Demi is she has her own individual style, and that's something that she's wanted to remain no matter where she is. And I definitely love that.
That when I went into rehab, people were going to say, oh, she's just another young Hollywood star who's checked into rehab. I still, to this day, do everything I can, all day, every day, to work on myself. Because it's, eating disorders, bullying, depression, self-harm, they're very serious things. Balance is difficult. My main priorities are working on, my recovery and my health and my happiness. I never imagined my life would ever turn out this way. I mean, sure, I had my hopes, but I never thought that I'd be performing in front of thousands of people or surrounded by a never-ending spree of unbelievably supportive fans. I never thought that I would live a life like this, but then one day I woke up and everything had changed.
And I just ran out of Band-Aids. I don't even know where to start. 'Cause you can bandage the damage. You never really can fix a heart.
Last year, everything stopped, and for the next 3 months, I woke up in a treatment center every day, away from my family and friends. I spent a lot of time and holidays thinking there. I thought about the sadness that I felt, the pain that I was in, and the addictions that I was struggling from. When I got out, I recorded some songs about how bad things got, and eventually, something positive came out of it. And then I began to work on other songs too, and they were about the most important lesson that I had learned during that 3 months, that life is what you make of it. my life began to change again, and I became happier, healthier, and stronger.
'Cause you can bandage the damage. You never really can fix a heart.
I may have never expected the life that I have, or even the fans, which, God, I love my fans. They're amazing. They're not even my fans, they're my family and my friends. Even if I didn't expect it, I love the life that I have, and that's what this record is about. It's about making people feel positive. It's about enjoying life and what it's like to be me, Demi Lovato.
Baby, I just ran out of band-aids. I don't even know where to start. 'Cause you can bandage the damage. Never really can fix a heart. Oh, ooh, ooh.
Most people watching this know all of what happened already, but what they don't know is what's about to happen next.
You never really can fix my heart.
I was anorexic and then bulimic, and then I was suffering from self-harm addiction, and I knew that I couldn't go on with the lifestyle I was living and that something had to change. There was a lot of embarrassment and a lot of shame. When I went into rehab, I felt like a failure. You know, for everybody that told me growing up, you know, I felt like I turned into that one girl, and I was like, well, I just proved everybody right that any of my haters that I was gonna end up in rehab, and you know, I just let a lot of people down. But I realized that by getting help, I wasn't letting anybody down. I was actually gaining respect from a lot of people, because making that decision was very hard, but it ultimately would change my life. I noticed people do treat me differently. People I work with, they're more cautious of the workload that I have. You know, I feel almost like I'm being treated more like a human being now, because before it was so easy to be treated like a product, or someone who wasn't capable of working 17 hours in a day. It's just inhuman. And so now I feel like people know that, you know, celebrities, musicians, actresses, actors, they're all humans, and if you push them too hard, they're gonna break. So I definitely feel like people are being more respectful of, you know, my workload and the pressures that this career can put on you.
Oh, I feel like every time I see you, your hair is a different color.
It is. It definitely is.
It's been definitely to keep my chin up no matter how hard things get, and to stay strong. And if I need to rely on someone's shoulder, like my mom's or anyone's shoulder to cry on, definitely use that, and don't be afraid.
I was very, very vulnerable and honest when writing the lyrics, because, you know, I was able, over the past year, I've been through a lot, and my life has changed a lot, because, you know, turning 20, your life changes a lot from, I don't know, I've gone through a lot since my last album, and so it was important for me, as I learned to be more honest with myself, to be more honest with other people. And in doing so, I was sharing my experience. The title is just, you know, the song's about falling in love and like taking that risk, but she's terrified. And me. So, but I think everybody comes to a point where they feel very vulnerable and falling in love.
It's Demi Lovato listening to her own music.
But except I'm hanging out the window saying, you should check out Demi on iTunes.
Only
Hey! You're listening to Delilah Radio on 108.6. That's right, beautiful. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Represent the confidence of each things that they've gone through, and that's what I appreciate. I appreciate the fact that even as my friends, they're able to share the things that they've gone through.